Welcome back to my channel. I am the Woodland Witch, and in today's video we are talking all about low energy witchcraft and mundane magic. I receive messages all the time from people asking, how can I continue practicing witchcraft? How can I start practicing witchcraft? I have all these obligations, I have kids, I just don't have the time. How can I make this accessible? So I want to chat about that today. I've spoken about this before, and while I don't think that witchcraft should always be simple or always be easy, I do feel like it should be moldable and accessible for whatever stage of life that we're in. For instance, when I was pregnant, I really was low energy all the time. And if I'm being honest, I spent a lot of time feeling like I wasn't a real witch, or I wasn't nurturing my practice enough. And that's what led me to find all of these mundane magical things that I could do in my everyday. Now, like I said, I don't think it should always be easy and always be simple, but putting the hi baby. She likes the besom. So like I said, I don't think witchcraft should always be simple and it should always be easy, but I do feel like putting that pressure on ourselves to constantly produce and constantly perform and constantly set things up in a specific way can be really detrimental thinking. This pressure to have a consistent routine that we stay on all the time. And don't get me wrong, routines are sometimes great, but I feel like for me personally, I'm a mom and my routine never stays the same. So this video is going to be how you can incorporate those magical things into the mundane things that you are already doing every day. So the first thing we're going to talk about is beverage magic. One of the easiest things that you can do every day, and I'm sure you've seen it before, is to stir intentions into your morning drink. I like to do tea sometimes, but I'm also a coffee drinker. So this is just a quick little easy thing that you can do every day. If you're making a tea, you can choose herbs that correspond with any intentions that you're trying to bring forth throughout your day. If you need a little boost of energy, maybe you want to add some tulsi or ginger root. If you're feeling a little anxious, maybe some lavender and rose for comfort and self-love. If you're a coffee drinker, you want to add some cinnamon, add a little prosperity to your day. Even a flavored creamer. I use vanilla creamer. Vanilla is really good for self-love. And all you're gonna do is stir your intentions clockwise, bring them towards you. I like to say something along the lines of, as I stir and sip this brew, may all my intentions come on through. You don't have to say that, but that's going to lead me into our next mundane magical act. You can also stir anti-clockwise if you're wanting to get rid of anything, if you're feeling yucky, feeling nasty, overwhelmed. Just go ahead and stir anti-clockwise to get rid of that energy. The next mundane magical act is just going to be speaking your intentions. You'll see this especially in folk magic and a lot of witchcraft and spiritual practices in general. They were created around a time where things weren't always accessible. They didn't have a lot of items and a lot of tools to work with most of the time. And a lot of times these practitioners were actually illiterate. So they did their magic by word of mouth. They created charms, rans, incantations, and they verbally spoke their intentions out into the universe. You'll see this a lot in Scottish folk magic. They didn't sit there and wholeheartedly focus on the visualization as much. They were kind of like, we spoke it, we believe it, it's done. And that's something I've really incorporated into my practice, is just speaking those incantations, whether that's a little rhyme or a charm, speaking it over and over and over. I believe there's power in the voice, power in the words that you speak, and repeating yourself and speaking these things out into the universe is going to bring them forth just as much as if you were to light and burn a candle with a corresponding color or burn an incense with corresponding herbs. And while I love using my tools and going all out every now and again, I do really find it helpful to bring that power back into myself and into the words I speak, and using my energy alone to put those intentions out into the world. The next thing I want to talk about is grounding and meditation. So a lot of times when we're feeling really low energy or overwhelmed, sometimes we just need to focus on putting that energy into the earth, replenishing ourselves, self-care, giving ourselves a little bit of extra love. And one of the most magical things I think that you can do is nurture yourself, because you are a tool. You are the main tool in your practice. Take 5 minutes in the morning to meditate. Even if you can't sit there and focus and meditate, or stick your feet in the earth, or go outside and walk around, just put some music on. Whether that's a guided meditation or just some energy cleansing music, music that honors your ancestors, go ahead and play that. It's a really great way to cleanse the home with sound, and all you have to do is press play. If you're feeling a little bit more energetic, obviously, feel free to sit there and focus on the meditation, nurture yourself in that way, or go outside, walk around, spend time in nature, really just center yourself and allow yourself to just be present and in the moment. Now, like I said, sometimes things are a little hectic, so if you want to just press play on something and allow it to do the work for you, feel free. But meditation, music, self-care, those are all things that you might want to focus on a day where you're not feeling your best. So when you're playing that music and you're listening to those meditations, you're surrounding yourself with energy to fulfill yourself and to nurture yourself. Maybe you want to take a bath while you're doing it, or just lay in bed. Allow your cup to be filled. Now, a lot of questions I get asked when it comes to mundane magic is surrounding deity work. I'm going to have a whole video dedicated to devotional acts for your deities, but for now we'll talk about just a few things that you can do every day to honor them without stressing yourself out or straining yourself. You can light a candle for them, or when you're saying your charms and your incantations, throw a prayer in for your specific deity. I don't want to get too much into the devotional acts since I will be talking about that in another video, but I just cleaned my entire house and I honored Bria by doing it, and I dedicated those acts to her. You may not want to be cleaning your entire house on a day that you're feeling low, but little things like that, by just taking a cleansing shower, dedicating it to whomever you're working with, or doing self-care and dedicating it to them, eating a meal and dedicating the enjoyment of the first bite or the first sip of a drink. Those are really low energy ways you can still honor your deities on a daily basis. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite things to do when doing mundane magic, and that is simmer pots. These are my own personal simmer pot blends. I just announced those and they will be available on May 3rd. But when it comes to simmer pots, they are an amazing way to craft magic in the mundane. Simmering those herbs that correspond with your intention, allowing the steam to fill up the home. There's something about them that just makes me feel really good. Maybe you want to bring more motivation into the space, or just cleanse the stagnant energy that's got you feeling low. I think they're amazing for just bringing forth an energetic reset, calling forth energy that you want into the space. And most of the time, they don't take a whole lot of energy or time to put together. You can continuously add water to it throughout the day, so it just continues to simmer and bring those intentions into the space. The last thing I want to talk about in regards to mundane magic is research and reading. I do think it's really important to learn by doing, but reading and research is just as important to your craft as doing the work. So look up a specific topic. Is there something that you're wanting to research more of? Is there something you need to learn more of? Maybe it's just a topic that you're interested in and is important to your craft personally. Sit down, relax, read, educate yourself. Sometimes that's all I have energy to do throughout the day, and it still makes me feel really connected to my craft and my practice, especially when it comes to learning about my ancestry. That's honestly one of my favorite things to read about. Inserting this clip later on because I forgot to talk about a very important mundane magical act: color magic. So today I am wearing black for protection and banishing any negative energy, deflecting negativity. You can do this with any color. If you want to do yellow for happiness and positivity, orange for creativity. I hope you're already getting dressed every day. If not, you do you. But incorporating color magic into your wardrobe is a wonderful mundane magical act. You can even do it to honor your deities. If you work with Apollo and you want to wear yellow, or I work with Marigna, I wear black or red for her. It can be a really simple, easy way to add magic to your everyday. So don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to low energy witchcraft. Your practice is just as valid. I personally like to set myself up for success on the days where I'm feeling really low. I have candles in every room that I set up on days where I'm feeling a little bit more energy, and I can just light those and set intentions in a space when I need to, whether that's, you know, a protection candle in the kitchen or living room, or a self-love candle in the bathroom. I try to have those things kind of set and ready to go for days where I'm not feeling the best, or I'm just super busy. It's important to remember that your craft is just as valid even on days where you don't feel like you can put 100% of yourself into it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it allowed you to take a little bit of pressure off yourself and be a little bit more gracious with yourself when it comes to practicing witchcraft. Your craft is not measured by how much energy you can put forth on any single given day. Honor your cycles, honor where you're at, and allow yourself to just be. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.